In this video, we're going to be discussing the $1,200 stimulus check for those of you receiving SSI, Social Security, including retirement, disability, survivors, and those of you who have a payee. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video. If you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button. But all this information as of today, Friday, May 29th, and I'm joined by my wife, Corey.
Hi.
To go over this information. So we're mainly going to be talking generally to those of you who have not received the checks and what are your options as of today. So let's get right into the video and hopefully we can help navigate this confusing time and getting to be very frustrating time. So let's get into the video.
Okay, so option number 1, you can continue to wait.
Yeah, so option 1, unfortunately, you can continue to wait. And that's about all you can do is wait. At this point, we have been checking the government websites, the IRS, the SSA, and Treasury websites. Unfortunately, they have not been updated in, I don't know, a week? Probably about a week ago was the last.
Certainly for relevant information.
For relevant information, it's probably been at least a week since we've received new information. So at this point, I feel like they're kind of leaving us hang. So we can just continue waiting. So that's option number 1. If you're going to continue waiting, I would highly recommend continuing to check your bank accounts, whether that's like a savings account, checking account, Direct Express, whatever deposit account you have. Continue to check that account for deposits to come in. Also, continue to check your mailbox in case you receive a paper check or one of these new prepaid debit cards that they're sending out. Now, I want to talk about the prepaid debit card because I've had a few people reach out and, well, it seems like we're getting different information, but it sounds like these prepaid debit cards are either coming in a plain white envelope that is unmarked, or Corey did see a report from someone saying that it came in an envelope that was from the IRS, right?
Yep. So I've heard, because after we said that previously about it being in a plain white envelope, which I believe came off the irs.gov website, somebody else said that it came in a clearly marked Treasury envelope. So I would, I probably wouldn't toss mail that, just
I would just recommend to thoroughly check all of your mail. There's actually one person that sent a picture of the actual letter that she received, and it's just a plain white envelope. So anyway, so let's get into that's another option. So the next option I think Corey has on the list there, if you don't want to continue waiting and you want answers more quickly, again, I just want to reemphasize that the Get My Payment portal on the IRS website does not work for everybody. So if you go on there and it does not calculate or says that you're not eligible to receive a payment, again, just take all that with a grain of salt or whatever the figure of speech is, because that website is not working for everybody right now. So just recognize it's not working for everybody. So if it doesn't have your information in there, that doesn't mean you're not eligible. It just means that they haven't updated your information. But the next option could be, if you want, you can call the IRS. There have been numerous people that have commented on the video saying they've called the IRS, and it seems like most people sit on hold anywhere between, 1 and 3 hours. It's incredibly long hold times, but just recognize you can call them, you can talk to an agent, and hopefully they can give you some answers. I feel like we've been getting mixed information. Some people say that the agent was really helpful and gave them a payment date, while other people say they basically told me nothing. So,
and some people, I believe, and I have not called the IRS, but I believe that if I'm assuming there's an automated system that gets you through. So some people are like, well, I never talked to a person, which I believe has happened, of course. But I do believe that there's a way to speak to a person at some point if you wait long enough. And obviously I would try during business days like Monday through Friday versus a weekend, just because they may not be open on the weekend the same way. So it does seem like the people, though, who the benefit of calling and the benefit of waiting for hours is that you may have somebody say, I don't know when you're going to get your payment, but we have your information and you qualify. That might be the information you get, but you know what? That's just good to know. So I don't feel like that would be a waste. To me, that would be at least I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about it. It's in there. I don't know. I think that there's value in that. I don't think that's a wasted call.
No, I just want to say another thing too.
If you're worried.
Yeah. I want to say one more thing too, because some people have been worried, like, oh my gosh, I need to quick get this money because either it's going to dry up or the window is going to close for me to get this money. I just want to say this: you can get this all the way through the end of 2020, so you have a lot of months still to get this. If you do not claim a stimulus check and you're still eligible for it, it'll actually show up on your tax return next year, like early 2021, when you file your 2020 tax return. It'll show up there because it's a new tax credit. And what that means is it's just a credit you're getting on your tax return, but the way that they're sending it out as a stimulus payment is it's an advance on that credit. So they're just sending out the credit early. So that's all this is. So if you don't get it now, I know you want the money now, and I completely agree with you. You should get it now. But I'm just saying, if you don't get it now, just recognize it'll show up on your tax return as a credit when you file your 2020 tax return next year. So you have a long time to still get this, but I get it. Like, everybody needs the money now. Not now, like a month ago, actually.
Mm-hmm. And that's the same with dependents. If you have dependents who you did not receive the $500 for, at this point, maybe it's still coming, but if it doesn't come, same thing. You'll get it when you file your tax return next year. And if you're somebody who doesn't usually file a tax return, probably you should do it this year.
Yeah, you would need to.
I would say you should file one if you want to get the money.
But again, talk to your accountant, talk to your CPA, talk to whoever prepares your taxes.
Your somebody you trust, somebody who helps you with your finances or gives you good advice, who you trust. Yeah. Those people who know your situation.
Yeah. Another thing too, I just want to say this. I had a couple people reach out yesterday through the comment sections on our previous videos saying, well, yesterday being Thursday, we didn't produce a video, but people have reached out saying, Matt, where are you? We need you, help. So we wanted to produce this video. I get it. These videos are completely redundant. We talk about basically the same thing. I get that. We understand that. But we wanted to produce this video today to show you, like, hey, we're still here for you. We're doing as much as we can, but unfortunately right now, there's not much we can do. There's no new information as of now. So we wanted to produce this video to show you, like, hey, we're still here. We're trying to work through this with you, but we only have so much information. But we have a couple more points we want to talk about.
Yes. If you have a representative payee, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, if you have a representative payee, so you are the beneficiary, your payee, rather than maybe just assuming you haven't received your check, maybe reach out to your payee and say, hey, have I received my payment? Did I get a deposit in my account? Did we receive a paper check or a prepaid debit card? So maybe reach out to that person if you have a payee and ask them specifically, did we get a payment from me? According to the IRS website, for whatever that's worth, they should have been sent out like a week ago. I mean, you should have received it already. So if you haven't received it, talk to your payee. Maybe they have it and they just haven't told you yet.
The other option too that could have happened that would be sad, but a true thing, is that it could have been garnished from back child support or something like that. So
debt collectors.
So you may have gotten it but really didn't receive it because it was garnished completely. And so that's just another thing that could have happened. So, it's just good to know that could have happened as an option. And you may, like, if you know you owe back child support, for instance, you may wonder if there's a real possibility that could have been happening to you.
Yeah. So I wish there would be a good, clear way to know if the payment has been garnished or not. But from what we've been hearing from people is that there's no good way to know that. It's just like, oh.
Like, it would be great if the Get My Payment tool
it said something, but it doesn't.
You get nothing, but you got it, but we had to take it. Because at least then you would know, okay, I'm going to stop, thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's just this hard in between that really is very hard.
Yeah.
So kind of the last thing I want to say is, watch your mailbox for the prepaid debit card or check, because the check's a real possibility too. And it can take some time, but that's the best option, is really watch your mailbox. If you can check your Get My Payment tool, we know that for what it's worth, we've said that.
For what it's worth, yeah.
So that's just a thing to think about.
Yeah, we get it. I mean, we're just as frustrated as you with this situation. We're working through this. We're giving you the information as we get it. Like I said, as of now, there hasn't been anything new for about the last week. I just want to quick throw this out there. Not trying to get anybody's hopes up, but there's a lot of talk about this second stimulus check. Of course, we'll give you more information as we get it, but it sounds like the likelihood of a second payment coming out is probably pretty good in the next couple months here. But just recognize, for those of you who possibly did not receive one the first time, the second wave of stimulus checks sounds like it's going to be much further reaching. It's going to reach far more people. So, of course, we'll give you more information as we get it. It's just a proposal as of now. Congress is still talking about it, but there's still hope. And with this new package that they're talking about, there could be retroactive pay for those of you who did not get it the first time. So who knows? It could be a really nice payday for some of you in a couple months here if we get retroactive pay as well. So anyway, we're still here for you. We're doing as much as we can. Trust me. We're trying to help you through this in any way we possibly can. So that's anything else?
Do you want to talk about the live stream?
The live stream. Yeah, a few days ago, last week? Last week, I produced a video talking about, if you sent me an email telling me your situation, maybe we would have like a live stream talking about it. So I've gone through some of the emails, not all of them. If I haven't responded to your email, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I've received over 200 emails, and it takes a lot of time to go through emails and respond. So I have gone through and just briefly read most of them, but I haven't responded to all of them. But basically what I'm hearing from most people is everybody's situation is different. And what I'm finding is that there is like no consistency to the distribution of these payments. Literally, people filled out the non-filer tool, they filled out a tax return, they filed a tax return, they did nothing, they have dependents, they don't have dependents, they are single, they have SSI, SSDI, retirement, and it's just like there is no consistency for the distribution of these payments. I have no idea what the strategy is behind this madness at the IRS for sending out these payments. So reading through that, I thought, I don't really know what a live stream and connecting with all these people is really going to do, because literally it's just going to add more confusion, I feel like.
And we can't really answer your specific question, your situation. We don't work for the IRS. We don't work for SSA. We can't really answer your personal question for your random scenario because we aren't professionals in that way.
Yeah, and either way, we're not going to advise you either way. I mean, we can't do that.
We've realized that there wasn't enough of a connection to be like, oh, all you people with representative payees who have this specific situation, this is the answer. It was too specific.
Yeah. So, that's what I want to say about it now. But anyway, have an awesome weekend, everybody. Just recognize we're still here for you. We're working through the situation as much as we can. We just want to help you guys get this money. I know it's so important to everybody. So anyway, have an awesome weekend. We'll catch you again tomorrow.